How's it going, everyone? Today we're gonna see how the rookie boy group Treasure was formed and discovered from trainee life all the way to debut.
I just wanna be a boy. Treasure.
Now, Treasure is a 12-member boy group from YG Entertainment that debuted just this year on August 7th, 2020, with the title track Boy. Created from one of YG's survival shows called YG's Treasure Box that had its premiere episode in 2018. But many of them were seen before in another YG show called Mix 9, which didn't end well with the winning group's debut being cancelled, but in YG's Treasure Box, 29 trainees joined in hopes of debuting, including the addition of 7 other trainees from YG Entertainment's Japan branch. By the end, only 13 were selected to debut, originally called Treasure 13 since they had 13 members, but Yubin left before debut apparently due to a difference in music styles. YG was actually going to create 2 units from this show, one called Magnum and the other called Treasure. When they would promote all together, they would become Treasure 13, but they would drop those plans and go with one big group called Treasure, which was a brilliant idea because they're already the highest selling rookie boy group of the year days before actually debuting. Now that the basic info is out the way, let's get to learn more about the members. Hyunsuk was born in 1999 in Daegu, South Korea. Joining YG Entertainment was always a dream of his, ever since he was motivated to start rapping when introduced to Big Bang for the first time. He was simply fascinated by the group. While training in V-Spec Academy, Hyunsuk got a chance to audition for his favorite label, YG, in 2015. Already practicing for a couple years, his experience made him pass and join the company, fulfilling his dream of becoming that YG trainee. But now it was the long journey to debut. Learning to write, compose songs, and being a great dancer on top of it, he became a favorite with Young Hwan among the trainees. Now, before YG's Treasure Box, Hyunsuk promoted in another survival show, Mix 9, where he really proved himself, finishing 5th and making the winning boys team that was set to debut. But as we know, it was cancelled, and those trainees and Hyunsuk were back where they started. But he would get another chance in Treasure Box where he booked his ticket to debut as the rapper, dancer, and leader of Treasure. Jihoon was born in 2000 in Busan, South Korea, getting some training at the Nataraha Academy, which is a dance academy. Jihoon said he didn't really learn how to sing until joining YG, which he did in 2016 through auditions. He's another member whose dream was to debut in YG Entertainment when he was younger. Now training in the company, Jihoon was actually let go by YG at one time. Not seeing the growth they wanted, Jihoon left YG Entertainment's trainee system. But after a reevaluation looking for trainees for the Treasure Box show, the producers brought Jihoon back into the company. The fear of being dropped again pushed Jihoon to do even better when the new survival show started. He took the opportunity, yet he didn't make the main group, but instead that second group I mentioned called Magnum. After putting everyone into one group, Jihoon became the dancer, vocalist, and second leader of Treasure. Yoshi was born in 2000 in Kobe, Japan. Growing up wasn't easy for Yoshi, because when he was only in the 7th grade, his father sadly passed away, leaving him the man of the house. Yoshi wanted to do well for not only him, but his family. So when YG Entertainment held auditions in Japan in 2016, Yoshi attended and was selected to be a part of YG's Japanese branch of trainees. Yoshi was then introduced to the Korean trainees when YG brought over the trainees from Japan to compete in YG's Treasure Box. With the drive of needing to debut not only for him, but his family back home, Yoshi indeed made it. Selected for the Magnum group, but ultimately debuting as the rapper and dancer of Treasure. Junkyu was born in 2000 in South Korea. Being in the spotlight was nothing new for Junkyu since he's been in dozens of commercials and modeling jobs as a kid. Then when he got older, he started attending the Def Jam school. Through this dance school, Junkyu got to audition for YG Entertainment when they were scouting local academies for new talent. Passing, he joined YG. During his time as a trainee, Junkyu also got to compete in Mix 9, but he didn't do so well, ending up in the 35th place by the end of the show. Back as a YG trainee, Junkyu struggled with confidence. At his monthly evaluations, Young Hwan continuously told him to look up, as Junkyu kept looking at the floor while singing. He worked on this and found himself as one of the finalists of YG's Treasure Box, debuting as one of the vocalists and visual of Treasure. Mashiho was born in 2001 in Japan. There isn't too much about how Mashiho got into music or even K-pop for that matter. But he did join YG Entertainment's Japanese branch as a trainee in 2013, making him one of the first Japanese trainees YG Entertainment ever had. Training in Japan for some time, he wasn't first seen until Act On Musician's short film, playing a barista. Listen, I don't even drink coffee, but I'd get a venti whatever from Mashiho. He was later brought to Korea to join the rest of the trainees competing in YG's Treasure Box, ultimately making his way into the second lineup of Magnum, but then joining up with everyone else, debuting as the dancer, vocalist, and visual of Treasure. Jaehyuk was born in 2001 in Yongin, South Korea. Before YG, Jaehyuk had a lot of other options. To explain, he was approached by other big K-pop companies like Wehwa, Willem, Pledis, Cube, JYP, and SM Entertainment. And how Jaehyuk joined YG Entertainment was also very simple. After school, he was street casted by a YG Entertainment employee. Now, while he already had years of training under his belt, he was only a YG trainee for 7 months, making him the member with the shortest trainee time. But as mentioned by Hyunsuk, he was also the fastest improved among other trainees. That made Jaehyuk a rising talent in YG's Treasure Box. He was, however, eliminated in the 9th episode, but was brought back to the finale to debut with Treasure as the rapper and vocalist. Asahi was born in 2001 in Osaka, Japan. At a young age, Asahi spent a lot of time focused on music, specifically music composition. He would actually teach himself how to compose music when he was just in middle school. While he started pretty young, he didn't join YG Entertainment's Japanese trainees until later than anyone else in Treasure. He still has a total trainee time of 3 years until joining the show YG's Treasure Box, making the Magnum team and then debuting as one of the vocalists of his group, Treasure. Yedam was born in 2002 in Seoul, South Korea. You probably already heard of him since he is one of YG Entertainment's famous trainees. Going back, Yedam was born to parents who were both singers, so for him, singing kinda runs in the family. Korea got to know Yedam when he was a contestant on K-Pop Stars Season 2. In the show, Yedam would go all the way to the finale, eventually being the runner-up to future label mates Act On Musician, who won the show. Being on K-Pop Star got people interested in Yedam's future in music. Eventually, Yedam would join YG Entertainment as a trainee, and trained there for 6 years. That is the longest amount of time of anyone in Treasure. In that time though, Yedam would build his skills in songwriting, making his own music, and having a natural voice for singing helped a lot. Aside from training to debut, he also kept really good grades in school. He would have tests in the morning, and on the same day you could find him in the studio practicing. He was soon labeled a genius by those in YG Entertainment for his quick learning and talent. But that long training time made Yedam hungry to debut. He would get to show what he was capable of on YG's Treasure Box in 2018, and he finally got to feel what it was like to debut when he made the group and debuted as the main vocalist of Treasure. Doyoung was born in 2003 in Seoul, South Korea, and his journey began in the 3rd grade, where Doyoung said he was chubby, so he started to dance to lose weight. It was fun at first, but it slowly became something more serious. Soon enough, dancing began to be one of his biggest strengths. He brought that strength to YG Entertainment when he joined the company when he was 11 years old in 2015. Chosen as one of the trainees to compete in YG's Treasure Box, Doyoung didn't make the original lineup of Treasure, making the second group Magnum, but when everyone else was reorganized as one group, Doyoung finally debuted as the dancer and vocalist of Treasure. Haruto was born in 2004 in Fukuoka, Japan. For Haruto, he really didn't have a choice but love K-pop, and specifically YG Entertainment artists. Both his parents, and especially his mom, are huge Big Bang fans. From owning quite a bit of merch to going to concerts in Japan. One of the first times seeing Big Bang, Haruto was inspired to be just like them. So when YG Entertainment held auditions in Fukuoka in 2017, he had to go. The producers were surprised at his dancing skill at his age at the auditions, so they accepted him and he was a YG Entertainment trainee. To be honest, his parents were more happy he made it into YG than he was. Leaving home at 15, Haruto was the youngest of the Japanese trainees, but he was one of the more unique trainees as said by Hyunsuk with his rap tone. And in YG's Treasure Box, Haruto did fantastic, being the first member to be announced for the winning group, debuting as the rapper and visual of Treasure. Park Jung-woo was born in 2004 in Ilsan, South Korea. Starting out at a dance academy in his hometown, he never missed a day of practice. But it wasn't until his second day of vocal lessons before his teacher suggested he audition for YG Entertainment. And guess what? He did. And he passed. Park Jung-woo trained for almost 3 years before appearing on YG's Treasure Box. He was selected as the 5th member of the winning group and debuted as one of the vocalists of Treasure. And last but not least, Jeong-Whan was born in 2005 in Ilsan, South Korea. Like Junkyu, Jeong-Whan was also a child model, booking numerous roles in commercials. Later, Junghwan would really get into taekwondo and acrobatics, and even joined the martial arts dance team K-Tigers. And since Jeongwon and Jeongwoo came from the same town, they were friends who went to the same schools and dance academies. They would both follow each other into YG Entertainment. In YG's Treasure Box, he was one of the youngest contestants, but would become popular due to his good looks. Selected 3rd in the group, Jeong-Whan debuted as one of the vocalists and of course, maknae of Treasure. Now that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about Treasure. They're brand new rookies straight out of YG, and it's been a long time coming. It's been a long road for the boys, and watching Treasure Box again and doing the research for this video, I was like, you know what? My heart's invested in Treasure. But the real question here is, who's your bias? Mine is between Junkyu and Mashiho. I mean, Mashiho, they're all visuals, but like, you know the feeling you get when you see a bias for the first time? Yes, that feeling. But let me know your bias down below, and of course, let me know what you think about Boy, the debut title track. Basically, Treasure's debut. What do you think about it? What do you think about the song? Do you think it showed the group's members' strengths? Is it more trendy? Is it something new out of YG? I want to hear your opinions, and let's have a discussion about it down in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed this, please hit that like, and remember, only 16% of people that watch my videos are subscribed. Let's get that number up by hitting the subscribe and the bell so you don't miss out on a new video, including how K-pop groups are formed. Also want to give a shout out to the people on Patreon supporting my videos. If you want to help support more of my videos, more content from my channel, please head over to Patreon. Consider supporting as little as $2 a month. But anyways, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Annyeong.